Tell me when you're coming my way.
Hello, crafters. Good to see you again tonight. Tom Creek on tonight's edition. It is February the 11th, 2025. Is it Tuesday?
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. Once again, we are glad to have you here, crafters. Thanks for coming. My name is Tom Creek of Creek Bank Creations. My wife, Julie and I. Julie and I own Creek Bank Creations. We have our own line of papers and tools and dyes and stamps and adhesives and all kinds of cool stuff. We like to say we're your purveyors of paper arts goodness. We've got a fantastic, fun episode tonight. We're going to have a blast because tonight's episode is called...
What is it called? What is it called?
Innovative. What was it called? Innovative. There it is.
Innovations.
Interactive. Innovative. Let's try that again. Innovative with the Anabelle card die. We are going to have a great time. Julie is going to show you this. A lot of you already own this die, so it's going to show you how to do some additional things with this die. But first, let me tell you about what we're going to be doing tonight. I'm going to be giving away a straight and steady corner tool tonight. Brand new from us. Stay till the end. That way you can win this one if you get the right answer to our trivia question. Yes, Mrs. Creek.
It will be helpful to us if people log on and let us know where they're from. It'll help the stream.
Yes. Let us know where you're from. Also, hit the thumbs up and the like on both Facebook and YouTube. Does Facebook have a like or a thumbs up?
Yes.
Yeah, hit them both. Good to hear from you all. Where is everybody from? Oh, well. Anyway, back to where we were. I see. There's Diane Morris. Hey, Lois back. Lois, look at the sleds in the back, Lois. Do you see the sleds? Yes. The flexible flyers. Boy, do I have a story to tell you about the flexible flyers. This is going to be a lot of fun. Anyway.
Where were you?
Did I tell you?
Where were you?
Yes, the four-wheel drive. The truck got fixed.
Oh, wait. No. Tell that story while I'm making the card. Save that story.
Okay.
There we go.
Right. So anyway, stay with us to the end.
Dale from Virginia. And Jean from Pennsylvania.
Awesome.
Logging on. Thank you, guys.
Now, remember, this is a brand new tool we just came out with. In fact, it's going to be gone quick, and then I'll have to get another run. So if you want the first run before there's a delay on this, you better order it now. It's only... I
think it's $13.99.
$13.99. That's right. Only 13. I think it's either $12.99 or $13.99. Can you look that up?
I can. You got it, Peyton?
Anyway, ordered a $3 pistol. And it's really cool, whether you're a card maker or scrapbooker, paper crafter, or just like to...
You like to have things straight, baby. Straighten up.
Oh, and let me tell you about the February bundle special, okay? You're going to get one of those dies, the straight and steady corner tool, the Anabelle Rectangle, the brand new Linens and Flowers paper pad.
I hate to interrupt you.
Yes, love.
It's the Stitched Annabelle
Excuse me. Darling, it's the Stitched Annabelle Rectangle.
$13.99.
Okay. Now, how much?
$13.99.
It's $13.99 is what that die is, by the way. Anyway, you're going to get those three items, and you're going to get a 6-pack of the pink shatterproof glitter paper. Normally, $47.96. Get that in there where you can see all that stuff. With this bundle special, you're going to get it for $38.38. That's a 20% savings on those 4 items. So instead of $47.96, am I centered? There we are. There we are. You're going to get it for $38.38. Okay, so all that stuff. Also, we have a coupon code this month. If you use FEB, I guess that's the abbreviation for February, FEB, you're going to get 15% off everything in the store, excluding the Misty stamp board. So, also, we've got shows coming up. We're going to be in Indianapolis, February 21st and 22nd of this month. That's a Friday, Saturday show. And then March 8th and 9th, we'll be in Rockford, Illinois. It's cool up north in Rockford, Illinois. Allentown, Pennsylvania, March 14th and 15th, and St. Louis, Collinsville, Illinois, on March 28th and 29th, followed by Akron, Ohio, April 26th and 27th. We got what's the matter? No?
No.
We're not going to be in Akron?
No, I was just clearing my throat.
Oh, excuse me. We're going to be at the Adventures in Stamping show. Got a bunch more shows listed on our website, but I just wanted to tell you about the shows that are coming up, crafters. Also, got some great trivia questions tonight. We're probably going to give away 2 free tickets to the show in Indianapolis. That, again, is February 21st and 22nd tonight, too. So, and maybe some other prizes if we have time. So, without any further ado, Mrs. Creek, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, can I talk about my sled?
No, wait till I'm working. They've seen your sleds. I know you're excited about the sleds.
Okay. All right. Take it away, Mrs. Creek.
Okay. We good?
Yes.
Okay, we are going to make 2 interactive cards tonight. We are working with the new linen and floral paper pad, Tom.
Yes,
there, I have
linens
it
and floral. Yes.
Linen. Do you have the
I do, Mrs. Creek. Linen and floral paper pad.
linen? Okay, you already showed it.
I
linen
did.
and
Sort
floral
of. Actually,
paper
but I didn't
pad.
show them the other 2 new ones.
And so both of these cards come out of the linen and floral paper pad, and this paper pad is going to be a good paper pad for your spring cards. So it's really nice because you've got the coordinating linen finish on the back. So that's what we're working with tonight. And so before we get started, I wanted to share some scripture like we always do. I have been reading and studying about
Who?
David. I forgot his name.
Yeah, David. Yeah, that's
Mine
his
like
name.
a steel trap. David.
King of Israel.
David.
Yes.
David was pursued by who, Tom?
Well, which depends on which time.
Which time?
The first time was Goliath. Actually,
Yeah.
he was pursuing him.
Yeah.
And then Saul was pursuing him.
Saul
King
was
Saul.
pursuing David, and David fled to the king. The cave of Adullam.
And Absalom was pursuing him another time.
That's true. David had a lot of problems. So he fled to the cave of Adullam to escape Saul. And you can find the accounting of this in 1 Samuel 22. It's really interesting. And the theologians believe that he lived in the cave for 9 months. And it says he lived in the cave with like crazy people. And like you read the description of the people that he was with, mercenaries and not fun stuff. So 1 Samuel 22. And I just thought what was interesting was...
Doesn't it kind of depend on what your meaning of crazy people are? I mean, some people think
Yes.
I'm crazy.
Yeah. Do you live in a cave? I think we can all have times in our life, though, that we can feel like we're in the cave of Adullam.
Or that we feel like we're crazy people.
I didn't mean that. I just mean there are times when life feels like you're living in a cave.
Yes.
So that's the point. So what I thought was interesting was that in Psalm 142, which David actually wrote when he was in the cave of Adullam, he laments, I cry out to the Lord. I say, you are my refuge. Listen to my cry. I'm in desperate need. That whole psalm is a cry to the Lord. I cry out to the Lord. I ask for your mercy. And then Psalm 34, he writes in the cave as well. And this is shortly after he pretended to be insane. Did you know this is a really interesting story. So Psalm 34 says, I will extol the Lord at all times. His praise will always be on my lips. I will glory in the Lord. Let the afflicted hear and rejoice. So the point to this little story, or whatever we're going to call this, is that the Lord rescued him from the cave of Adullam. And he did walk in the destiny and calling that Samuel had put on him, that he would be king. So the Lord is faithful. And Psalm 134 is he's reciting to the Lord, I sought the Lord and he answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. So it's a great encouragement and fun, really interesting story from 1 Samuel 22. Even when you feel like you're in the cave of Adullam, the Lord is faithful.
Interesting, Mrs. Creek. Were you preaching to yourself today?
Most definitely. It's been a little crazy. Okay. I think I might have been in the cave of Adullam today.
I think you might have been.
Might have been.
Were you acting crazy? Or...
All right. So we are going to learn how to use the Stitched Annabelle die to make these 2 interactive cards. And this one is particularly fun. When you lay it flat, you can put it in your envelope, and then you can swing it open. And what's fun is when you give it to the person, they can leave it open like this. Can you guys see that? Okay, so this is where
get up a little higher.
This is where we're going to start with this particular one, and we're going to teach you how to make it. So we're going to teach you 2 styles of cards.
You used a new stamp on that, didn't you?
I did.
Which we didn't talk about.
Yeah, let me see that. Yeah. So we're going to use the sidewalk sign sentiment. Should we do a true confession now?
Yes.
Now it's time for a true confession.
Nope.
Me and Tom and however many of you that are listening. We were supposed to be doing a live tonight about the new card base called Sidewalk Sentiment.
Yes, Sidewalk Sentiment. Rock on!
So cool. Sidewalk card base, and it had issues.
No. It had some manufacturing
manufacturing issues.
Didn't have any design issues. It had manufacturing issues. Came in defective, and so it's what it has.
It's not here.
It has slowed down our
release by 2 weeks. Which may be why I was in the cave of Adullam. Just saying.
It's slowing down our release by 2 weeks.
So this sentiment stamp is great for what we're using it for here, but it's also sized to fit the new sidewalk sign card base. So we have really fun new things with that to share with you. Not here. We'll get to it later. So this has got Mother's Day, Father's Day, happy retirement, sending all the hugs I can and wishing you well. So we're going to use that. And what was I saying?
You were talking about the card and the sentiments.
Say something.
You were talking about first of all, the die didn't come in, but we also have the sentiments stamp.
That wasn't. Okay, so
and there's a die with the sentiments
stamp.
Did you tell them that?
This set, when you purchase it, has the dies in the back, okay, for the sentiments. So we are going to work with this tonight. I think we're ready to turn the camera down.
Turn it down.
And let's get started. You can see there I've got the custom envelope.
Well, Cindy appreciates the fact that we're waiting until she can purchase it before we show it. and you're right, Cindy.
I'm waiting till I can ship it.
What do they call that? The jump. We could do the jump start sale.
Pre-order.
Pre-order.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to start with this card, and we are going to start with a standard A2 card, and I have already scored that. So that is 8.5 by 5.5 and scored in the middle. Now, our particular card is going to end up standing open basically like this. So I want to decide, what am I going to do with that signature? How am I going to do that before I go putting this whole entire card together? And what I'm going to do is stamp down in that corner with love. Now I am stamping with the Love You More stamp set, and this was in a part of what we used in February, so you may already have it, but we're going to stamp that down in the bottom corner. And just for the purposes of time tonight, I have previously stamped that down in the corner.
Previously this was stamped.
Okay, because I need to do the rest of my card. So we're going to fold that so we have our standard A2 card. And what we need to do is cut that very large Stitched Annabelle Rectangle in the floral paper, and we are going to put that on the card base. Now this is the largest die in the set, so you're just going to take your die and die cut that. I have previously die cut that piece for us, and you can see this paper is two-sided. So I'm going to put adhesive. Am I on camera? There we go. So holler at me if I'm off, guys. All the way around, and I'm going to put an X in the middle. We want this.
X marks the spot, right?
X does mark the spot. Tom, why do you think we're using so much adhesive?
So it'll stick together.
I'm using the 1/4-inch super tacky tape, and we're going all the way around, and you want to be sure and give yourself a good X of tape in the center.
Is that the same super tacky tape that we sell for $2.99 a roll that they can get for 15% off now if they use the coupon code FEB?
Yes.
FEB?
If you say so.
That's
yes.
right. Okay, let's
Okay.
just check.
So the reason we're using so much adhesive is because we are going to end up die cutting the I got ink on that. Excuse that. We're going to end up die cutting a hole in the middle of this, so I need to make sure that it fits. Now here's where the straight and steady tool comes in. You want to grab your tool set, and if you look here, this is the medium craft storage envelope. Okay, there's 4 in the package, and you can open up your set and you can store it in this envelope. So what I did was I cut the front of that package down so it'll fit in here, and I store my pieces in there. And here's what's great. You have your 1/8, your 1/4 inch, your whatever, 5/8, 3/8, 3/16. You have all your pieces.
Your whatever. What's your whatever?
Whatever. 5/16. They're all right here. How many are in this set, Tom? Look at the package.
Where is the package, Mrs. Creek? You took it from me. Hold it.
1, 2. Let's go through them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We need to talk to the designer. See
Most
in there.
of the time, you are going to be using that 1/8 inch piece. So this is why this tool is awesome. You're going to put it against your folded line so you have it straight, and against your bottom edge. I've already got my adhesive on here, and if I set this down into the corner, I'll have perfect alignment every time.
Smoking
Okay,
hot.
so that helps you to center, and a lot of times when we're layering, we're simply layering in 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch, so you can decide, and this is extremely helpful with your scrapbooking. I made this extra long so you can get your photos on there.
Cindy Hughes
have
has an excellent question here,
perfect
Mrs. Creek. Cindy
alignment.
asked, do we have the sizes labeled on each of the
Yes.
pieces? Yes,
They
Cindy,
are
they are. They're
debossed
marked.
on
They're
each
all
one.
marked. They're all marked.
Now, we are going to cut that Stitched Annabelle Rectangle into the front of our card. So what we want to do is locate...
What are those called? Those are called... What is that die called again, Mrs. Creek?
That's not a die. Let's clarify.
Excuse me. What is this? What is this tool
Let me have
called?
it back. Let's go back.
All right.
So these are made of die material, but they will not die cut, and we are not running them through the die cut machine. Okay? It's
Excuse me, slip of the tongue.
It's
Mrs.
a
Creek.
ruler, and we've made them from this material because they will not warp and bend on you like other cheaply made things. This is heavy duty.
And they won't warp like plastic.
Yes. So heavy duty, they're going to last for you, but we are not die cutting with them.
Excuse
okay?
me. Excuse me.
So
All right. So what is the name of that product?
that's the straight and steady corner tool.
It's called the Straight and Steady Corner Tool.
Okay. Now we have our paper attached to our front, and what we need to do is cut that panel. Cut that.
And
panel
even
from the
scrapbookers
front.
can use it, Sandy
Yep,
Bassard.
great for scrapbooking. Now
Yes.
what we're going to do is take our stitched rectangle set, and we are going to pick up the 4th from the smallest. So you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and pick that one up, and we're going to center that on our card. Now, both of these cards require that piece cut out of the front of our card, and this is a great technique. So I'm going to teach you how to make a jig. Tom, what's a jig? You know?
Yes, I know what a jig is. It's when I dance, and you love it when I dance.
So what we're going to do, we're going to make a jig, which is our pattern. And then every time we go to make this kind of card, we can pull out the jig and we'll have our alignment perfect. So we are going to make the jig the same size as our card, and I even have the fold in it just like our card. I'm going to lay it on top of here. And the first thing we're going to do is take a 1/4 inch strip of paper. So this piece of paper is 3/4 of an inch wide. I said 3/4 of an inch. And we're going to go all the way around this card and mark that 3/4 of an inch mark. Once I make the jig, I can store the jig with the Stitched Annabelle Rectangle set. And every time I get the set out, I'll have the jig and I'll be ready to go with it. Now what we're going to do is take that die and set that right on those lines at 3/4 of an inch. We're going to hold it in place and we'll run that through the die cut machine. You with me so far, Tom?
I'm with you, baby.
There we go. We're going to shoot that with a little undo.
Undo is what, people? Undo
is your friend. Okay, there we go. Pop that piece out. Oh. You know what? That did not cut.
What didn't?
That die did not cut.
Did you have it upside
Let's try
down?
it again. No, I think sometimes they say we're going to shoot it through again. I have been having trouble.
Yes.
I put new cutting plates in tonight.
I think it's your cutting pads.
I put new ones on.
I mean not your pads, your base plate.
It's not my base plate. Unbelievable.
Do you have it shimmed?
Yeah. I don't know if it's the weather. They say if you have a lot of humidity, that can affect your die cutting.
Don't have any humidity. This is
well, it's pretty warm in here.
You know what it is? It's your base plate, not your
Maybe
cutting
I
pad.
wore out the base plate.
Yes,
that
I've got
could
one
be.
over here.
Anybody else ever have this problem? You can actually wear out the base plate. I have done that before, and you know what, Tom? Maybe that's my problem. There we go.
An extended one here. I know it's the problem. You run that through like a.
There we go. Now we have our jig. Sorry that took 6 cuts.
You know how many making takes that
Yeah.
base plate is cut?
And now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to trim right there, and that will give me an access point. So we're going to take that card base that we started with. We're going to lay our jig on top of it, and we will
I don't know what you do
take
with
a
me
piece
here.
of tape, and we're going to set that piece of tape right on that spot. So what I want to do is have that stuck on the card, and I'm going to peel this back. And then we're going to take that die and we are going to hold that in place with that tape.
Hold it in place with the tape.
And that will give us the perfect alignment that we need for our card front. So when I tape this, I'm putting the tape on the die here and not all the way off. And then I'm going to pull this, I'm a little bit off. I'm going to straighten it.
But you have your corner tool, right?
Won't help in this case. Good idea though.
Cindy had that problem, but not on live TV.
Yeah. Live and learn. You know, that's been driving me nuts. For how long have I been complaining? A week? I bet you that's what the deal is. There we go. I have it in place. I'm going to put one just over here just so we make sure that doesn't slide. And we'll hope that we don't have to cut 6 times. So this is cutting through 2 layers. So you do want to make sure before you pull everything off that you have it cut through. Look, aren't you a genius?
I am. Thank you very much.
The man is a genius. So sometimes you can actually just...
You know, most men don't even know anything about a die cutting machine, let alone know how to
wear down
troubleshoot.
that base plate on the back, and it will just be enough.
Can you believe it? From selling bulldozers to
I'll give you an A+.
adjusting your die cut machine.
There we go. There we have our perfect placement of our center point. Okay? So that's, I keep my jig with my die, and then I have it when I'm ready to use it. Okay, now what we want to do is create that front panel of our card. So we're going to locate the pink.
What size is the largest die will fit on an A2 card?
Say again.
Linda Shockley Doolin says, what size is the largest die? I think she means in the Annabelle Rectangle. And will it fit on an A2 card?
Yes, that is the largest size. This piece, the floral piece that we cut right here, That is the largest size. And
is it on the package?
Let's look. It is 4 by 5.25.
4 by 5.25, Linda Shockley
Okay.
Dillon.
So to get the card front, to get this inside panel, we need a pink cut from the linen paper, and that's from the 4th smallest. And we need the pink glitter paper. Here's where that pink glitter paper just adds a really beautiful effect. We're going to adhere those two together.
By the way, was that the shatterproof,
That's the shatterproof baby.
glitter paper from Creek Bank Creations?
Yes, and later tonight we are going to actually stamp on the glitter paper.
Ooh, cool.
Okay, so we're going to put our tape on there, and what we're doing now is we're building just that little front panel for the card. Okay, 2 layers. Now, we have Happy Mother's Day. Look at that. We're going to size that. Now, if we want to get that set on there, we're going to take our tools and take a look. Now, the question is, how do you know which tool to use for your centering? Am I centered here, Peyton?
Yes.
Okay. So to figure out which tool I'm using, I just kind of want to eyeball until I get the one that looks right, and it should be the same top and bottom. Now you can see here, I have that on my piece, and I'm just sliding that in because I have my tape. If I'm concerned that I won't get it centered correctly, I could put undo down first and then put it down. Do you see how that gives me absolutely perfect alignment every single time?
You know, eyeball is kind of a sensitive term after using that grinder yesterday to get to grind that show rack.
We could have that could have
without
been
safety
like
glasses.
the question of the day, right?
Yes, it could have been. Yes.
Okay, so we have our Happy Mother's Day, and I have previously stamped and die cut that. And when I did that, I put my super tacky tape on the back. So we will stick that to our card.
Now remember that stamp has a die with it too that cut that
Yes.
sentiment out.
So the 3 dies that are in the set cut out Happy Mother's Day, Happy Father's Day, and Happy Retirement.
And what's the name of the die set again? Die and stamp set again?
Sidewalk Sign Sentiment Die.
And stamp set. Sidewalk sign.
Sidewalk Sign
Sentiment.
Stamp. You know, you really shouldn't ask me those questions when I'm in the
Sidewalk.
middle of
Can you say that
working.
fast, real
I'm
fast
working.
3 times?
Sidewalk Sign Sentiments is what it's called.
Sidewalk sign sentiments.
But it does have dies in it.
Sidewalk
You are right.
sidewalk sign sentiment stamp and die set with how many S's is that? That could be a trivia
Okay,
question.
now, when we cut this pink panel, we should cut 2 of those because we're going to use that on the inside. So that, we will need to cut another one of the 4th smallest piece. So these 2 are going to be identical. And when I make this card, I want this inside piece right here to be beautiful. I don't want ugly showing. So it's nice if you cut it off of a coordinating piece, figure out, like, depending on your card, how you want to do it. But I really like to have that nice splash of color on the inside. So cut 2 of them. Then we're going to take this one. We're going to take the scoreboard. We're going to put it up on the scoreboard. And we are going to score. We're going to put the short side against the top. We're going to score at 1.5. Okay. Now, once I have that, I'm going to take the right side and I'm going to fold that over the left. Okay. The right side, we're going to fold over the left. And then we are going to turn that over. And what I want you to see is, we have a lot of paper fibers on the table. We have this place right up here. That piece right there, we need to cut off. So we're going to take our scissors, and what we're doing is we're just making a little piece that will actually cover up our mechanisms. So I'm going to trim that and cut off that little corner. And it does not have to be beautiful or perfect because it barely shows. Just do your best. And that is our inside piece that's going to cover up our mechanism. Okay, we're going to set that aside. We got a lot of stuff we're setting to the side. Now we're going to take that pink linen paper, and when you die cut this, you'll have 2 of these that you can cut from one piece of 6x6 paper. You'll have this piece at the bottom. So we're going to take that piece and we are going to cut that into, can they see this piece right here?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to cut that 3.75 inches long and 1.5 inches wide. That's going to be the hidden mechanism that you don't see. It's going to be underneath all of the good stuff. Okay, now we're going to put the long side on the scoreboard. And I don't know if somebody might want to type that stuff into the chat.
What do we type?
That's on that paper that right there that I gave you guys.
Of the size?
So we're going to score at 3/4 of an inch, 1.5, 2 1/4, and 3 up on our scoreboard. Long side and then score. Okay, there's that. Now, let's train the folds. How are we doing? Everybody with me?
Pardon me?
I don't think it's
It's not. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Do what, dear?
Now we're going to train the folds, and we've just made that little cube. So what we will do, there's my piece. I'm going to fold up the
I
bottom,
don't want you typing it over there.
and I'm going to put tape on that. We're just making that little mechanism on the inside. There we go. So you can do this actually from any kind of scrap paper. It's just nice that you've cut those 2 shapes and you have that piece on the bottom that you can use. I'm going to fold that down. And now I've created the mechanism that's going to pop everything up. How's everybody doing? Is everybody with me? If you're with me, say yes. In the chat. Yes, ma'am. So, how we doing? Are they with me?
Well,
Anybody
I don't know, I'm
have
typing.
questions?
I'm trying to get this typed as quick as I can.
Okay. What we are going to do is take our cube and we are going to center it top to bottom and set it right in there. Now, I want you to see how close that is. That 3/4 of an inch, it's right there square. So when you do your scoring, you need to be very accurate so that that is straight flush with that top line. Now what I'm going to do is,
Did you do that one?
this is where the 2 pieces of paper are coming together. So I'm going to flatten that. There's my seam right there.
Missing all the measurements. I just typed them in, Gene. Scored the paper on the long side, 3/4, 1.5, 2 1/4, and 3 inch. Gene, I just typed that in, so backtrack on the conversation and you should get that.
Yep. Or I have that, if you rewind the video later, you can see that I put that paper up in the chat too. Okay, so now I have adhesive on 2 sides of the cube, and I am going to flatten that and set that right in there, and I want to center it top to bottom and push that down, and now I have created that pop-up mechanism for my card.
Pam Cortez just asked a question, and I'm not sure if I follow her.
Okay.
On this, Julie. She says, will the sizes just cut be included with the die or stamp set? I'm not exactly sure which sizes she's referring to.
If she's talking about the Happy Father's Day stamp set, the dies that cut out those words are in the back.
Turn it over and show them.
Happy Mother's Day, Happy Father's Day, and Happy Retirement. That's this set. If you're referring to the dies that we're using to make the flip card, which is the Stitched Annabelle set, this set, all of everything I'm using is coming out of this set. Okay?
Hope that answers your question, Pam.
Okay, so we've got are we good there?
So far.
We have our mechanism in, so we're going to fold that shut, and we are going to place adhesive right on top of that cube where the pink linen is showing. And then we are going to take this piece that we made before, and remember we rounded off that edge we are going to set that right in just like it fits in that spot and push it into the tape.
Pam was actually asking about the box made for the pop-up piece.
That one is what we cut the paper for. When we made the little box, this box, let's look, this little box right here,
Yeah.
we cut the paper 3.75 by 1.5, and we did our scoring long side on the scoreboard at points 3/4, 1.5,
Type that in.
2, and 3. Okay,
We're gonna
that made that little pink. Can you guys see? Can you see that, Tom? Look in the video.
Yes, I saw
That
it.
made this piece right here.
Yes.
We good?
We're putting the dimensions back in so you ladies can.
And
pick
then
up
we
on it.
are putting adhesive on top of the little cube and placing this little mechanism. The only purpose for this piece right here is because I don't want to look at that box. I don't want to see that box.
Don't want to have anything to do with that
I
box.
only want to have beautiful things
That's
to look
right.
at.
Just
Like
beautiful.
we're
Can
making
you say
beautiful
beautiful?
things.
You
So we just want it to be beautiful. So tape on top, and when we put tape on this, I am only putting tape. This is my right flap that I folded in. I am only putting tape on the right flap that we folded over. Does that make sense? Are they with me?
Lois said that she'd type that out on a piece of paper and store it with the die.
Ha!
And I said, good idea, Lois.
Lois, that's so smart. And you could actually write it on top of your
Insert
jig.
on your jig.
That's
there
a
you
great
go.
idea.
I like to dance the jig.
You know, Lois is something, isn't she?
She is.
It's a great idea.
She also,
Okay, remember we made this earlier. And what we're going to do is set that right in our opening, and that's going to create that awesome little panel that stands up. Okay, and now we have that beautiful insert, like mother can just mother. Do you
Mother.
Call, do you call it
Mother. Mother.
I call her mom. Happy Mom Day. Right, like that. Stands
Mother.
up, folds
Yes,
flat.
mother.
Now,
Mommy
what I
dearest.
think is really fun is to add some dimensional things that pop outside of the perimeter. So I added the butterfly because it's sticking outside of the perimeter. Did you catch that, Tom?
I am. I was beginning to wonder if I was cross-eyed there for a minute because I saw two identical cards coming up, but then the butterflies kind of flew away there. Excuse me.
Yes, so I'm looking for my butterflies. We're going to
Butterflies.
make butterflies.
They say butterflies are free. Isn't that
We are using the wonky
a
stitched
movie years ago?
panel
Or a book or something.
to make the butterflies.
The wonky stitched panel die? Is that what you said? Yeah, you started off with it earlier. The wonky stitched panel die. I saw you have it.
Hang on.
The wonky stitched panel die cuts both a
There it is.
neat border,
There we go. So it
square border,
creates
as
a
well as
background
a couple
border,
of butterflies.
And then there are, so this is the wonky stitch panel die.
You don't get
It has
butterflies
that
when you go in the air, do you?
Great
kidding.
panel die, and then it has the layered butterflies. So you can create this layered butterfly look. So I have previously die cut my butterflies, and I have the purple linen here cut with detail, and I took the pink linen scrap and I have covered that with super tacky tape, and I have die cut that on the tape side. So
Jean Hemming asked, did you cut the fourth die from the jig? I'm not quite clear on the question.
fourth die. I don't understand the question.
Jean, would you type that question again? We don't quite understand your question about cut the fourth die from the jig.
Fourth die.
Meanwhile, while we're waiting for Jean to...
Yes. Okay,
See
so
that?
let me show you what I did here. I took my scrap paper and I took my super tacky tape and I placed my paper in the tape. But what I want to do is put the pink side face down into the tape, because I actually want the pink to show through to the top. Okay?
Are you kidding
so
me?
So this is a little trick you can do with tape. Let's trim this out. And you can, this is the 3-inch super tacky tape. So now I have tape right here, and underneath that is that pink linen. So I'm going to take my butterfly die and I'm going to set that on top and die cut that. That's going to give me the base. And we are going to make a layered butterfly. There's my base. So here's why this is fun. Because the pink that is there will end up showing through to the front.
All right. I think we have some clarification on Jean's question.
Okay.
It was the fourth die from the smallest. Did you use it to cut the hole in the jig?
Let's double check. I think so.
We're double checking, Jean.
Here it is. Let's double check. I think it is, but let's make sure we get it right. There's our piece right there. You know, yes, that is the fourth from the smallest right there, that front. And for both of the cards tonight, we're using that same one. Okay, so as we go through on the other card, I'll be more specific about it. So I removed the tape liner from the butterfly, and you can see how that pink shows through. So I am going to take my undo, and I am going to put a little bit of undo on top of my butterfly, and I will adhere the purple to the top. So now I have pink and purple together, and we're going to do 2 of those because we have one for the outside of the card and one for the inside. Layer those up, and then we are going to take our pixie puffer and puff those. Let's get a piece of paper. Here's our 2 butterflies. Now what we have are the pink and the purple, and after about a minute that undo will evaporate. I'm going to take the pixie puffer, and normally when I do this, I would do this over the trash can. I'm going to open that mechanism and puff this, so all the extra is going to go down in the trash can. I'm doing it on this paper so you can see. Okay, we're going to do both of them, and then we're going to take our finger and just push that glitter down into the tape. And then we have those beautiful, sparkly butterflies. Pretty, pretty. So the fun thing is, when you adhere these to your card, you can adhere that so it's ever so slightly coming off that edge, so it pops up. And you'll just want to look at like how that's going to look for the inside of your card. Make sure it's not getting in the way when you flip that card open. And I am going to use just a little dot of liquid glue on that corner to hold it in place. And then we will, we will come back up here and put another one right in there. And you want to get pretty good adhesive on this edge because this is going to bump into that. So you want to get some glue right on that edge so it's stuck down really well. Right on that edge. And that'll just give you that little pop on the inside as well as the outside.
Susan T. asked if your puffer thing, I think she's referring to the pixie puffer.
Yes.
Does it ever clog? And I've never seen one clog unless somebody accidentally put water in it.
Sometimes it'll clog, and what I do is tap it really hard on the table like that. And if that doesn't do it, then open it up. You know, mine that travels to shows does this, and I think sometimes it collects moisture and stuff. Open it up and open your device up and make that thing open and close. The mechanism on the inside a few times, and that'll loosen everything up and get you going again. My travel one, I've had that issue with, and I think it's because of the heat and moisture in the trailer.
Cindy, the Pixie Puffer comes empty, but it only works with ultrafine glitter.
Yes.
The Creek Bank
We did
ultrafine
not
glitter is
talk
called
about-
Pixie Dust.
Yeah.
So we refill it with our Pixie Dust. So, however, it will work with any ultrafine glitter, but our ultrafine glitter again is called Pixie Dust. And Annette asked, "What is a Pixie Puffer?" You want to show them what
Pixie
the Pixie
Puffer. That's this. It's the device I used. It holds glitter. When this nozzle is down, straight down, it's locked. So you can travel and it does not leak. Swing arm opens it. So when I puff, glitter comes out. So this is a handy tool when you're glittering a small item like the butterfly and you don't want to get the whole bowl of glitter out and everything. And when I use this, I shoot it right over the trash can, so all the mess is down in the trash can. It also helps to keep the glitter out of your ink pads. I've got glitter all over this work surface because I shot it on top so you guys could see it tonight. But normally I am using that right down in the trash can, so all the waste is going into the trash can. Any other questions?
Looks like that's it.
Okay, so that's our first card. And so Tom, what I have left to do on this card is to add my jewels. I'm going to put the Sparkle and Shine Pretty in Pink gems on this card. And Tom has questions for you. I do want to show you. I do have the, I did a Father's Day version of this card. And I used the Feeling Blue paper pad. Just a really nice, simple card. And the balloon card. Tom, do you have the balloon card?
The balloon card.
Here it is.
The balloon card.
The balloon card.
The balloon card.
We do have... Oh, that's the other style. That's the other card. We'll show that in a minute.
Karen Jester is asking what die were the butterflies from, and that's called the...
Wonky Stitched Panel Die. Okay, here's the Wonky Stitched Panel Die, and it's going to cut that Wonky Stitch panel. If you like nice panel dies, this has a really funky edge all the way around it, and the two sizes of butterflies are included in there. Wonky Stitched Panel Die. Okay, we good?
Yes, we're good.
Okay, I am going to bedazzle this card while you give away the stuff.
I think I'm going to give away 2 tickets to the Indianapolis show.
Okay.
Okay. Are there anybody out there from Indianapolis or the area that's going to the show that doesn't have tickets yet? I'm going to give away 2 tickets tonight. But if you recall, hold on, are you gonna show them to do the gems?
I'm doing this.
Oh, just go ahead and show them. Yeah. So those of you who are listening, Julie did not tear up the 4-wheel drive in the truck. Remember that 2 shows ago.
You might need to recap that story.
As you may recall, we had lots of snow here, snow and ice, and Julie is out 50 miles away out of town because we live 50 miles from anywhere. And she calls me and says, "Hey, I turned on the 4-wheel drive and all these lights came on and it's not working. I think I tore it up." And I said, "I think you did too, honey."
You're going to have driving. You said you're going to have driving lessons when you get home.
I didn't say that. I said I need to show you how to use the 4-wheel drive. Nevertheless, Mrs. Creek did not destroy the 4-wheel drive in the truck.
We're happy to report.
Praise the Lord. It was an electronic sensor, so it didn't cost. It cost a few hundred instead of several thousands. We're very thankful for that.
Yes, we are.
But as part of tonight's trivia question, okay, I took it to my local Toyota dealer who told me it was going to cost $2,500 and they were going to have to do an immense amount of work on it, which ended up to be a bunch of baloney because I took it to my mechanic friend and says, "No, you're right. That's a pretty simple fix." And it cost me only a few hundred. And in his effort to save me money, which I didn't ask him to, he was trying to do me a favor, but nevertheless,
I think he knows how you're wired.
In his effort to try to save me money, he had our truck in the shop for, I'm not going to say an indefinite number of days, but several days. So if you can tell me how many days the truck was in the shop, you're going to win 2 tickets to the Indianapolis show. So So how many days was the truck in the
How
shop?
many days?
So I'm watching. You just type your answer in there. And I'm waiting for answers to come in.
Does anybody else? Well, I guess you already asked a question. So
I did.
what are you giving away here? Show tickets?
I'm giving away 2 tickets to the. No, it wasn't 4 days. Was it 20? They're coming in now. Keep guessing, ladies. Keep guessing. I'm sure glad it wasn't 17 days, Wendy. That would have.
It may have felt like.
It felt like 17 days. We're still waiting. No, not yet. Keep guessing, ladies. We're looking for a winner of how many days it was. Not yet. You guys must have some slow mechanics where you live. So. And I thought mine was slow.
Maybe they don't have to have their vehicles.
Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't.
What a blessing.
Not yet. We're not there.
The problem is you're at the mechanics.
Kathy Compton. We have a winner. Kathy Compton. Kathy Compton is our first person to guess 9 days. That's right, Kathy. Kathy, do you live where you can go to the Indianapolis show? Kathy Compton. 2 tickets. Kathy Compton is our winner there. Nine days it was, ladies, is how long it was there to get my truck back, or our truck back.
It was a saga.
It was a soggy. She's from Zionsville. Awesome. Kathy, I would like you to email me. I assume you're planning on going to the show since you're from Zionsville, Indiana. That's great. I always like to give the tickets away to somebody who can use them. So, Kathy, if you will email me your email address, we're going to email you the tickets. They're going to be e-tickets, and we'll get you fixed up. And email me at sales@creekbankcreations.com. Just remind me that you are Kathy Compton, the winner of the 2 tickets for the Too Much Fun production
chicken dinner
stamp and Too Much Fun production. What do they call it? Do they call it stamp show? Stamp and paper craft show. Yeah, that's it. That's right.
I think he calls it a rubber stamp and scrapbook.
Stamp and scrapbook getaway is what they call it.
He has the whole package where you can get the crop package.
Kathy's going to do that. Email. I'll type this email address.
Do we have the camera down here, Peyton?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you good, Thomas?
Yes.
Okay, so we are going to make a second card. Same basic technique, but we're going to do it a little bit different. We're going to have fun with it. We are making the card over here on my far right. We're going to stamp with the new stamp. And this particular stamp is called Nothing is Impossible.
Nothing is
And it has the She is Strong.
Don't forget, crafters, stick around till the end of the show tonight. I'm going to give away a free tool. What do they call that tool again? The straight and narrow.
What do they call it? I
call
it the
straight and narrow.
Steady.
The straight and steady. We're going to give away the straight and teddy. Straight and teddy. Straight. I'm going to give straight. I'm going to give away the straight and steady tool tonight. So stick around to the end here. Got some really cool trivia questions for that.
Are you done?
Go ahead, Mrs. Greek.
Okay, we're going to make the purple card, and it has the sentiment "She is strong" on it, and the sentiment "Sending hope." It also has the sentiment "Nothing for God with nothing is impossible." Now, this is the card I was looking for earlier that I could not find, and it is the card with the same style that we made earlier that folds flat and then pops up. So you can see that these stamps are sized well for what we are doing here with this size card.
What is the name of the center die stamp set? I love it. The center die stamp set. Which one, Cindy? Oh, the one with the cross and the...
This right here, that is the Nothing is Impossible stamp set.
Okay. What's the one with the cross?
Do you have that over there, Tom? The package of stamps? Did we not pick that one up?
We did not bring those in.
That is the let me pull this. Nothing is impossible. Let me pull my stamps off. I have used this quite a bit. So let's get a look at what we're looking at.
I think she's talking about the one with the cross and the purple robe.
So this is the set. Nothing is impossible. And it's got, for God, with nothing is impossible. She is strong and sending hope. These are the 3 pieces that are on there. And they're actually sized to fit the Stitched Annabelle. You can see it's just a nice size for the A2 card. It also fits perfectly with the new sidewalk sign die that we don't have yet.
But that's a rubber stamp, right?
It's a stamp.
I think she's talking about the cross die.
The cross die. Good eye. Who asked that question? The cross die is new. And that is called, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Crosses.
What an original name.
And there are 3 styles of crosses that are in there. That middle cross, I should have die cut those. Maybe when we're done, we'll go back and die cut these so they can see how that looks. Jesus comes out of the cross.
The center card with the brown cross. That was the one she was looking for.
Yep,
yes.
and then
all 3 of those crosses are in that die set, Cindy.
That purple drape you can leave on or you can put off, and I sized it so you can wrap it around the cross. So we're going to learn how to make this card, but you can see there's variations. The cross is new, and then we open that up and have hope you're blessed with all the treasures that are yours because of his love for Easter. And that Easter stamp is on our website. Peyton, can you look and see? I think this stamp is called Hope You're Blessed. This is what it looks like. Okay, Peyton's going to look that up. So same style of card. And then we have the balloons birthday card. This is the new Colorful World paper pad. And when we open that up, we have It's Your Birthday Week on the layered banner. And this layered banner is new. And this stamp is new. That's called the Hip Hip Hooray stamp. If we have time at the end and y'all feel like hanging longer, we can talk more about those. I do have other cards in this line to share with you. Are you guys ready to move on?
Sorry.
Shall we go? Thomas, are you ready?
I'm ready, baby.
Okay, let's look at this card and we'll learn how to do it. And then it'll be fun to see if you can modify that basic design. So we're going to start.
Pam Cortez asks, are the dies the same you used for the Happy Flappy cards at last year's Make and Take in Rockford?
You know, the Happy Flappy has different sizes, and I do not know if I used those sizes. So hang till the end. We'll get Happy Flappy out, and we'll compare. I think in order to do this, you're going to have the Stitched Annabelle set. But I didn't even think about that. We can look at it when
Sandy's
we're done,
ready
for sure.
Sandy says, let's go.
Let's do it. Okay.
Sandy's ready.
Thank you, Sandy. Let's move. Let's move. Okay,
Thanks
now,
for the prodding, Sandy.
we have our jig. So we're going to start exactly where we started last time. Whoops, what are we missing, Tom?
The jig, baby.
No,
the jig.
we gotta put our paper on. We're going to start with that largest Stitched Annabelle panel with our floral paper. And we're going to put the adhesive all around that edge. Remember how we talked earlier that when we're doing this card, we want to go all the way around and we want adhesive as an X across the middle.
That's right, X marks the spot.
Because this is going to be die cut. So we want to make sure that we have good adhesion. Remember adhesion?
Adhesion, that's right.
There we go. Now, we're going to place that on the front of the card. We're going to use our straight and steady tool. And I'm using the 1/8. We're going to put it on the fold and straight line up across the bottom.
There's that tool again.
And set that on there. And we have perfect alignment. Beautiful.
Straight and steady.
So
right?
easy.
It's called straight
So
steady.
easy. This is really helpful, especially if you have a hard time holding things or keeping things straight. It's just a great little mechanism. Now let's go with our jig. We're going to put our tape down in the middle. Put our jig on there. And we are using the 4th smallest. This is to cut the panel. We're using the 4th smallest die. Set that on there, and we will tape that just like we did the last time.
Has norovirus going around in your area, crafters? We've had norovirus in our area. It's taken a toll on a lot of people. And what I mean by toll, it's a 24 to 48 hour bug.
It ran through the whole family. We've been blessed though, Tom.
Yeah, so far, yes. Although I was going to say
all the grandkids have been sick. It's been nasty. Yeah. Okay, I've got my panel set on there. Let's die cut, and let's hope we don't have to cut 8 times. So when we do this, we are cutting through 2 layers. I do like to use. Look at that, Thomas. You're a genius.
Thank you, my love.
Man. 110 pound cardstock or 90 pound. Get some heavyweight cardstock because you're going to be opening and closing and moving it around, and so you need a pretty stout paper for it. We've got our hole cut. Set that aside. So that was the 4th to the smallest one. Now we're going to make that inside panel, this piece here. So we're going to take that purple linen paper and we're going to cut that. And again, it's the same die, so it is the 4th smallest. There's that piece. We've got that die cut. And then we're going to take the white glitter paper and we are going to cut that with the 2nd smallest Stitched Annabelle Rectangle. See how we have that nice mat there? Now we need to add our stamp. So we're going to take the stamp board and we are going to place that glitter paper in the stamp board. How am I doing center-wise, guys?
You're smoking hot, baby.
Good. And we are going to get our stamp. And when we do this technique, we are going to be stamping with black StazOn permanent ink. We're going to pick that up. Now, this is the Misty stamp board. If you're not familiar with it, I have in this the Stamper's Window, which is our add-on. So this is actually 2 products here, the Misty stamp board, the Stamper's Window, and I do have a YouTube video that you can watch about the Stamper's Window and how to put it in your board. When you use it, you do not need to use your magnet. It'll hold for you.
Are you kidding? It eliminates the need of magnets?
StazOn is permanent ink, so you can use StazOn on acetate, plastic, glass. We're going to stamp. And because this glitter paper does not pick up a bunch of, it doesn't shatter on you, it doesn't get in your ink, it doesn't stick into your ink, we're going to come back. And I really love the look that this gives, and we're going to go several layers.
So you're stamping on our...
the Stamper's Window.
And you're using our glitter paper?
And I'm using the glitter paper.
The shatterproof
and
glitter
what's
paper?
great is that the glitter the color kind of shows through the stamping.
Is that the Creation shatterproof glitter paper?
It is, Tom. It is. Now, this one that I'm using tonight is the one that has a little silver tone in it. But my original card, I used white. And I just had a bunch of this, like, it's got a little silver fleck in it left over. So I'm using it. So you can use white or whatever. If you like the one with the silver fleck, use it. There we go. Nice. Got nice color on there.
And it's a good aerobic exercise, too.
It is. I probably could have stamped less if I would have re-inked my my stamp. But I didn't want to get...
And the 1, and the 2, and a 1,
I didn't want to get too much ink going. So flip it over. We're going to put tape on the back, and we'll center that on the purple. And I just love the look that stamping on that paper gives your product.
Sandy, the paper comes in 8.5 by 11. There's 6 sheets in a package. Now, if you buy the pink, it's got 6 pink ones in it.
You have white, though, right?
We also have a white. It's got 6 sheets of white in it. The other colors have 3 colors of each.
Peyton, can you put a link in the chat, or will it take links? Do you know? We're going to center that. Oh, let's get our tool out, shall we? Let's get our tool. I think that looks like 1/4 of an inch. 5/16. There we go. Here's the deal. Do you see how we can put that right in the corner and set that in there? And I have perfect alignment every time. So you just have to kind of eyeball.
Marilyn asks, can you stamp on your colored glitter paper also?
My colored glitter paper?
On our colored,
yes.
On the Creek Bank Creations colored glitter paper.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, there's my.
You can, Marilyn.
I have my front panel. Now I'm going to move to the inside of the card, and we need to cut the purple linen paper here and the white paper here. Okay, so that purple is cut from the 3rd largest Stitched Annabelle die. Okay, and then we need that little one for the inside, and it's the 3rd smallest. And I've already stamped on it that Sending Hope, and that Sending Hope is from the same set as the She Is Strong. Okay, this is a great, this is this is the card you send to the woman who's in the cave of Adullam. She is strong, by golly, she gonna make it. Okay, so we're gonna take this, flip this over. Are you gonna send me this card, Tom?
Yes, I'm gonna send it to you. Actually, I'm gonna drag you out of the cave is what I'm gonna do.
I think you did. Sometimes life just puts you in the cave. And 5 kids, 2 adults, vomiting for, what's it been, a week?
Well, it was intermittently, so we start. Yeah, it's been a whole week.
It's been a lot.
We got to watch the 5 kids while Mom and Dad were sick last night.
Now, we're going to center this on here, and that looks like a 1/2 inch to me. Is that a 1/2 inch? Now, if I'm not sure, I can, place it on there. After you do this for a while, guys, you kind of get an eye for what if it's 1/2 inch or 5/8 or whatever. There you go, perfection.
It's kind of like when you're working with the tools and a ratchet. The 1/2 inch from the 3/4 and the 5/8 and the 9/16.
There we go. We're looking good. Now,
same concept, Mrs. Creek.
We need to make our banner piece, Tom. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, this is that 2nd note that you have. I'm going to cut a piece of cardstock. And what you want to do is think about what that's going to look like on your card and what you can do with it. Now, if you look at the card with the cross, the glitter paper sticking out over here is just a little bit of happiness. So depending on what you do with it, you're going to get a different look. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut that 4 point.
I like a little bit of happiness.
I like a little bit of happiness. We're going to cut it 4.75 by 1.75. Now here's what I want to show you. This is a little banner thing, right? Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the Stitched Annabelle Rectangle die, and it doesn't matter which one you use, but we're going to put the point of the die at the 3/4 mark. Okay?
You're making your own
banner. If you're a picky person, if you're a particular person, you could actually measure the 3/4, I'm going to wing it. We're just going to tape it down. So what we want is the 3/4 right in the middle of that, and we are going to die cut, and we're going to make our own little fishtail for our card. Now, I get asked the question a lot about how to make these fishtails look perfect, and when you cut them by hand, you can get them close, but that gives you just a really nice, clean fishtail. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to take the long side, put it up on the scoreboard with the fishtail over here on the right. Am I on screen, guys?
Yes.
Okay, and we're going to score at 1 inch right there. There we go. Now we're going to train our fold, flip this over, and we are going to put tape right on that fold, on that 1 inch fold. And now we have that really nice piece that we have ready to go. And guess what? We are going to adhere it to this panel. So we're going to remove the super tacky tape and adhere that. And we're going to center it top to bottom. You can just kind of eyeball it. Eyeball it, Tom.
I'm eyeballing, baby.
There we go. We're going to turn the whole entire thing over, and we are going to place adhesive on the back. So I like to try to get adhesive right near that pole, right on that pole part, because that's going to take a lot of friction, Tom.
Friction.
You know, friction?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Stranger than friction.
Yep. So we are going to take our card. Remember this. Beautiful. And we are going to set this in the center of our card. And we are going to pull that fishtail or banner right through the front. Are you with me, Tom?
I'm with you, baby.
Okay, there we go. How we doing?
You're doing
now,
great.
remember, we made this beautiful little thing, right?
Yes.
For that. Now, what we are going to do is take and put adhesive on the fishtail or the banner. I like to put 3. You can decide how many you want. Again, this is when it's nice that you use a rather heavy cardstock for that piece, that little fishtail, because if you use a little cheap, wimpy paper, you're going to get
have a cheap
wimpy
hinge.
look. Yep. In fact, when I used the glitter paper to make that fishtail on that other card, I backed it with paper to give it some stability.
Would you say that cheap wimpy paper will give you a cheap wimpy card?
Cheap wimpy paper is not your friend. There we go.
Look at that.
Isn't that a nice, just a really nice presentation?
Oh, look at that. Smoking hot.
And then if you make the custom envelope using the envelope please, you have that absolutely beautiful presentation.
Awesome.
Okay, so we have finished card number 2 tonight. Okay. So do you have
Yes.
something to give away?
I
correct?
said I was going to give away the tool set. Where's the tool set at?
The tool set.
I had one in a package. Did
I
you?
think it's over there.
Did you unwrap the package? It's called the Straight and Narrow.
It's called the Straight and Steady.
The Straight and Steady.
It's underneath your yellow.
Oh, here it
legal
is.
pad.
Yes.
There we go.
Here it is.
Okay.
Okay, crafters. Okay, are you ready? Go ahead. Crafters. Okay, going to give away the Straight and
Can
Steady.
you pull me up?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Do you see the sleds in the background? Lowest back. One last week.
Be careful.
This contest, you guessed.
You know what?
sled
You know what
it
the
was.
question should be?
What?
The question should be, how many times did you drop red enamel paint on the living room floor?
That could be the question. Anyway, as you ladies,
And moving right along.
as you crafters may remember, I am buying flexible flyers and I'm rebuilding them.
How many are you buying?
Well, as many as I can get right now. I'm getting a collection of them. If you look right here, I replaced this piece. It came broken. I replaced this piece. Made it all nice. The grandkids just love them. They go really fast. So here's tonight's trivia question.
They're praying for more snow.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, the kids are
And
praying
no
for
more tummy
stuff.
aches.
Okay. So tonight's question is.
Would you like for me to quit interrupting?
Yes, but that's okay. All right. For the Straight and Narrow
Straight
prize,
and Steady.
Straight and Steady. The Straight and Steady's on the Straight and Narrow. Let me tell you right now. Okay, so I think what I explained to you guys last time is that I started researching these sleds, and I found that not only are they antiques, but they also still make them. But now they cost about $165 a piece new. So I've been buying used ones and refurbishing them. Have a lot of fun doing it, and the grandkids love them. So I spend between $20 and $60 a sled for a used flexible flyer. So what tonight's trivia question is, how much did I spend on my last sled, which is this one right here? Oh, I sled. Man, are these things fast. So the first person that guesses how much I spent on this one is the winner.
Chicken dinner. I'm cutting the cross while we're doing this so they can see these crosses. I wish I had the card that Diane
Oh man, they're coming in
Morris
fast now.
made. So Diane Morris made a really nice card with this.
Kathy Compton, you won twice. Are you kidding me? Kathy Compton got it right. Kathy Compton, you are a winner.
What was it?
Kathy Compton, it's $40.
$40.
$40 is the answer, Kathy.
Wow.
That's right.
You think that was high?
Did I think it was high?
I've seen some like $10.
I've not seen
not
any
that
$10
brand?
ones.
Is that
I've
what
seen
you're
some
saying?
like 125,
Peyton, can you turn the camera down? Do you have it down?
Kathy Compton, congratulations.
Can you turn it down?
That's a double winner.
Okay.
She won both the tickets and she won the straight and narrow tool, the straight and steady tool, which is the straight and steady tool is on the straight and narrow.
Okay. Are we down here?
So Kathy, when you email me, you lucky person, boy, a double winner. Wow. Okay. When you email me your email address, also email me your physical address, and I will mail this to you. And congratulations to Kathy Compton. Double trouble tonight.
Okay, so we're looking at, real quickly, we're looking at the crosses die, and if Diane allows me, she made a cross card, and I will share that tomorrow. I think she'll let me share it. Beautiful card she made using the cross die and the Names of Christ stamp. So what I want to show you is you have the 3 crosses, and then you have this piece. When you die cut this one, it cuts the name Jesus out of the cross, and then you can inlay back in the word Jesus. So I haven't had, these are brand new, haven't had time to do anything else except for that one card that I did, but this is the new crosses die set. Okay?
Okay.
Questions?
No questions. I'm just
okay. Should I show them the other cards?
You can show it to them.
I have more cards to show.
We don't have time to do them tonight.
No, we're not doing any more cards, but I will show them the these other cards. Okay, this is the.
Yeah, Wendy said Kathy better go out and buy some lottery tickets. I think you're right, Wendy.
Are these all on screen? Do I have these all on screen?
Yeah, they're great.
Okay,
perfect.
So what we have here is the Colorful World paper pad and their birthday cards. Love that. What I wanted was a really bright and happy paper collection for the birthday cards. And what you're seeing here is the new layered banner die. And this is new layered banner. And you have the inside piece and the outside piece. And that stamp is the Hip Hip Hooray stamp. Here's the stamp. It's got Hip Hip Hooray, Make a Wish, Happy Birthday Kiddo, Enjoy Your Day, Happy Birthday, You Still Got It, It's Your Birthday, and this is my favorite, It's Your Birthday Week. So you can see really nice fun cards, and that's the lift and look that we did earlier. And this one might be my favorite. Opens up, and then there's the layered birthday, happy birthday. So, new things. Thank you for joining us tonight. Do you have Tom up? Tom up. And that's the happy birthday, our colorful world, hip hip hooray, layered banner. We good?
Hey, we're good. Guys and girls, hey, all you groovy guys and gals. By the way, I didn't tell you that this tool, big retailers don't want you to know about it. That's right. Yeah. Did I tell you that? There's a limited supply, and big retailers don't want you to know about this product. That's why we skip the middleman.
Is that what you're hearing on YouTube?
That's
all
what
the
I
time?
hear on YouTube all the time. So what we're doing is we've skipped the middleman, and you can buy it direct.
Direct.
Creekbank Creations. Hold it. It's a Creekbank product. But anyway, don't forget, big retailers don't want you to know about it, but we've got it, okay? Get it while supplies last. All right. Anyway, hey, it's great to see you all. Thanks for joining us. Go ahead and do a split screen if you would. Julie and I want to thank you for being with us. We're not going to be doing any more lives in February, but we're going to be back at you. When do we know when we're going to be back?
We don't know because we have a lot going on. We have 3 shows in March.
Yeah, we have 3 shows in March, so you probably won't see us in March, but you may see us in April.
You may. You will see us for sure in April.
Yes.
But March is questionable. We'll have to see. We will have new product to share with you. It'd be great if we could. But watch, I'll be putting out YouTube videos on the sidewalk sign.
Oh, yeah.
And we
The
have
sidewalk sign's coming out
the new
real quick.
woven basket die.
Shh, don't tell anybody.
Really cool.
Big retailers don't want you to know about that one either.
But because I've been living in the cave of Adullam, it's not here. So,
but you can skip the middleman and buy it directly
from Tom.
Recreation.
So, bless you all. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks. Good night.
God bless.
I love you all.